Welcome back, and I was reading this long article that Terry did, and here's just some, before I flip over to the next page, here are some pictures of Dax and some of the other characters. It says, "I love the Defiant because I fly it," offers Farrell, laughing. "I'm just being honest here. I love sitting in that chair on the set and flying that thing." There's a picture of Dax. I don't remember what the other dude was or who that was. There's another Dax photo, and it says, "I didn't like my hair in those episodes," reveals Farrell of the past tense two-parter. "I wish I actually had more to do in them." And there's Dax and Benara, I think it was. It was fun and a challenge for me as an actress," says Farrell of Rejoined. "I'm not gay, but if people think I am from seeing Rejoined, I guess I did my job." And there's another Dax and Cisco picture. It says, "Avery has a real passion for the craft of acting, and you can't help but get caught up in it," states Farrell. Alright, so and it says, "I can't imagine them throwing me a more challenging script than Rejoined." Okay, so I left off, and it says here, "And might the day come when Farrell will want to move behind the camera and direct an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine? To be honest, I've thought about it. I've sat in on some of the meetings, but I don't know that this show would be something I could direct," she says. "I know there would be many people around to hold the bag if I screwed up. I really don't know. I'm interested in exploring it, so we'll see what happens. As for the matters of the USS Defiant and the Dominion, Farrell voices strong opinions on both. The USS Defiant has helped her secure more screen time, as it's usually Dax at the controls of the powerful warship. The Dominion subplots, which also include the Founders and the Jem'Hadar, it seems, are often as confusing to her as they are to Trekkers. I love the Defiant because I fly it," says Farrell, laughing. "I'm just being really honest here. I love sitting in that chair on that set and flying that thing. Dax gets a lot of her best action moments on the Defiant. I know this is going to sound terrible, but I don't put much thought into the whole Dominion thing. We're into the 4th season, and I want to see where my character can go. I can talk with you for hours about the aliens as if they're real, but we both know they're not. If they're going to do something interesting with the Dominion, great. But if they're going to let it hang there, there's nothing I can do about it." Returning specifically to Dax, Farrell reports that even after 4 years, there is still plenty of room for her to develop the character. "I'm interested in seeing what they give me to do and trying to top Rejoined. This year is already very exciting. I'm very excited that Michael Dorn is with us. I hope Dax and Worf will have some good scenes together," she notes. "It has always been exciting to see what they're going to do. Again, it's not like we actors have story meetings. We don't know what's going to happen on the show until we read it in a script. I can't imagine them throwing me a more challenging script than Rejoined, but I hope they'll try. I'm ready. Farrell knows that she'll probably be aboard Station Deep Space Nine for another season or two, perhaps even 3. Though she isn't certain she'll be prepared to move on with the rest of her career, she also states her hope that Dax will always be a part of her life. Beyond meeting the fans on the convention circuit, Farrell figures she may be called back to Paramount every few years after Star Trek Deep Space Nine beams off the air as a series for big-screen adventures or 2-hour telemovies. I would love to see a Deep Space Nine movie. We'll see what happens. I don't think they'll be incorporating the space station into the Next Generation films. I think we would have to be a separate entity, and that can't happen until we're off the air for a couple of years. So it's all a ways off, but if it works out, I'd love to do it. It would be fun to go back and be Dax again every once in a while, and to work with all my friends here again. We'll see. If it happens, concludes Terry Farrell, count me in. And there's some pictures. This one with Terry. It says, "What does Farrell think about joining the rest of the cast for a big screen adventure? I would love to see a Deep Space Nine movie." And there is Dax again, from, let's see, every now and again Star Trek provides Farrell with something completely different, like playing Sisko's mistress in Through the Looking Glass. And I think that was, that was the end of that article. So yeah, that was a pretty long article. So yeah.